Hello everyone, my name is Sam. Today we're talk about a story called Tanya Take Out Alone. Written by Ned Chenson and illustrated by Arthur Lin. So here's a focus question. What does Tanya want and what choices does she have to make to get it? So Tanya in the story wanted a cell phone. I would say smartphone. Yeah, smartphone. So she borrowed a loan to get it. For 20 weeks, every week she have to pay $11 for the total cost of 220 when buy her phone only 200. So that's an interest right there, and it's very expensive. $20 in 7 months, or I say 20 weeks, is a lot. So let's continue this story. I will read it for you perfectly. Tanya and Tad Fredricksons are twins. Most people think they are alike, but that's where the similarity ends. While Tanya is outgoing and has a lot of friends, Todd is shy and has only a couple of good friends. Like most kids, Tanya likes to buy things. Todd does too, but not the same things. Both Tanya and Ted earn money each week by doing jobs around their house as well as a couple of neighbors. At home, Ted washed the windows, cleaned up the table after dinner, swept the floor, and vacuumed the carpet each week. Tanya washed dishes, mowed the lawns, and take out the trash. Ted also mowed the lawns, I mean say, for two neighbors each week, while Tanya walks neighbor dogs every morning and evening. The income are good. Each of them earn an average about $35 a week. Ted and Tenyan like doing the work because both love getting paid. The money they earn pay for going to movies and buying like snacks, books, magazines, and clothes. Ted also spend money on video games and Tenya buy music. Ted usually deposit about half of the money he earns each week into a saving account. When Ted saved enough money, he used some of it to buy a share of stocks. Owning a share of stock is like owning a piece of a company. So far, Ted owned 25 a share of stock on Cartoonix and 28 share of stock in E+. Since Ted loved going to Catholic movies, watching Catholic channels, and playing electric electronic video games, electronic games, I was saying. As do as most of his friends, he thought Catholic and E-Plus would be a good investment. After doing some internet research on stock and talking to his parents, he concluded that these companies were good choice. I'd like to see his investing grow in value. Based on his research, Sad thinks these stocks should eventually increase in value by 20 or even 30%. When Catholic and E-Plus earn more money than they spend, those companies sometimes choose to pay dividend to the people who own their stocks. That always reinvests his dividends into each company's stock and use the money to buy more shares. Of course, stock don't always go up in value. Sometimes investors lose money. It depends on which stock investor buy, when they buy them, and when they sell them. But Ted is young and patient. If his stock keep doing well, he hold on to them and let them keep earning money for him. If his stock starting losing value, he can decide whether to sell them and buy other stock instead. Tanya doesn't want to buy stock. She wants her own smartphone. She thinks she earned enough money to pay a monthly phone bill, but 10 years can't seem to save $200 it takes to buy the cell phone. 10 years has to think another way to get $200 by a smartphone. One day it occurred to her that Tad seems to always have the extra money. She decided to ask him for a loan of her the $200. She took the afternoon work up to the nurse, but Tad replied in one raised eyebrow. But you haven't even asked what the loan is for, she protested. Let me guess, he said. A smartphone. Right, you always seem to have plenty of money, so I thought I maybe could loan me the $200. I pay you back, I promise. Hold up just a minute, sis. Loan don't come for free. Can't just pay me back the $200 by giving me a few dollars each week. You also have to pay me interest. Interest? What's that? Says Tanya. Interest is what banks charge people who borrow money to buy something big like a house or a car. Each month, people who take out a bank loan have to pay back some of the money they borrow. When they make a payment on the loan, the bank adds interest to the payment. This is a way for a bank as a business to make money. People who take out a loan end up paying the bank more than the amount of their money they borrow. Ouch, says Tanya. That could hurt. So how much interest would you charge me for a $200 loan? Tanya said that. Here's what I'm willing to do for you. He paused long enough for Tanya to roll her eyes, then continued. I will loan you the $200 you needed to buy the phone you want, but first I'll set up my payment plan. My plan, which you needed to agree to and sign, will give you 20 weeks to pay me back. Each week loan payments will be $11. After 20 weeks, you will pay me $220. The $20 is extra interest you will have to pay me to get a phone you want right away. Or you can just save up $10 a week. In 20 weeks, you would have enough money to buy it without a loan. I can't wait 20 weeks. Dollar and Emily just got phones, and Kate and Chesmini have had their phones since Christmas, says Tanya. Well, it's a choice. Do you want the $200 loan with my interest terms or not? Tanya regularly agreed to Ted's terms and payment plan. Several weeks go by. Each week, Tanya paid Ted the $11 she owed him. Then, on the 10th week, something horrible happened. Her new phone bill arrived with an extra and unexpected charge on it, something called an overrange charge. She called her friend, Darlin. What's an overrange charge? She asked. We used to get those, said Darlin. This happened when you stream stuff without using Wi-Fi. When you have more data than you have in your phone plan, than you have in your you use more data than you have in your phone plan. Tanya's phone bill is beginning to put too much stress on her budget. She only have $8 left to pay Ted. When she tell him she can't pay the full $11, he isn't happy. Just give me $8 you have, but next week you owe me $15. $15? She cried. If I give you the $3 I didn't have this week plus the $11 next week, it's add up to $14. The $1 extra is a late fee you owe me for not making a full payment this week. He explains that is in the contract. As each week go by, 10 years fall further and further in her payment, and her debt get bigger and bigger. By the 15 weeks, she is giving to over half of her weekly earning and is at risk of not paying her latest cell phone bill. Finally, in description, she go to their mother and explain her problem. Mom, you know that loaned me money to buy cell phone, right? Yes, dear. And what the financer or arrangement you have with your brother? Well, he's charging me too much. At the rate I'm going, I'll owe him money for the rest of my life. Now, wait a minute, said her mother. You agreed to his term, which seemed pretty reasonable to me. You did get a phone, didn't you? Well, yeah, but I got this. Tanya pulled, pulled out her early phone bill and stabbed her finger on an overrange charge. I wasn't expecting that. I thought the bill would be same every month. That's what messed up my payment to Tad. Her mom looked at the charge and nodded. Smartphone can be tricky that way, she said. You need to keep an eye on your data usage And while you're at it, have enough money set aside to pay an unexpected charge like that. Tanya shook her head in discouragement. Now I'm in a hole, she said. How do I get out? Her mom considered for a moment. You either have to make more money or spend less each week. Is if most of your money going to pay off your phone or your phone bill, you might want to consider selling it. Selling my phone? No way. Well, if you don't like that choice, which other one do you prefer? None of them, sighed Tanya, and walked slowly back to her room. She moved for a while, then began to think about her choice. Her mom explained to her. She doesn't like any of them. But most of all, she doesn't like the idea of giving up her phone. She thinks about whether she has other choice. She knows she has to make a decision, but her mind is not about from worry. She thinks she knows what she needed to do, but it isn't going to be easy. Write your own ending. Maybe you can help Tanya out. Think about what you would do if you were her. Then write your own ending to the story. When you have finished, share your ending with the other and compare solutions. So that's our story. This is about 1,470 words. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye. See you next time.